Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Miss Eileen, and today we're going to talk about LinkedIn Live audio, live audio events. Now, in the past, a lot of social audio was happening on Clubhouse, and there's still a lot of social audio happening over on Twitter Spaces as well. But I'm pleased to announce that LinkedIn has expanded the availability of the live audio. And so, all of you who have creator mode turned on LinkedIn, and by the way, if you don't have creator mode turned on, don't worry, it's free. It's very easy to turn it on. And I show you how to do that. I will add a link to a video in the card and, of course, in the description of this video. And in fact, for all the LinkedIn tips, you're just going to go to eileen.link slash LinkedIn tips, and you'll see all of my tips there for LinkedIn. And so, with the creator mode turned on, now this is being rolled out. Everybody doesn't have it, but you will have it very soon. You're going to see the option to create a live audio event. So when you go to start a post on LinkedIn, one of the options there will be event. Make sure you update your LinkedIn app. You're always using the latest and greatest. And you'll see that events are a lot more prominent now in that box where you go to create a post. And you'll know if you have the option because when you click in that event, it'll give you a little pull down menu, and one of the options will be audio event. And you'll see LinkedIn Live as well, because once you've turned creator mode on, now this has been rolled out to everyone, that creator mode on LinkedIn has enabled everyone to also do live video. Did a tutorial about that. So the tutorial that I did covers how to turn on creator mode, and it also shows you about LinkedIn live video. And of course, you can use StreamYard to go live on LinkedIn, which is what I'm using right now. You also can use Ecamm Live, which I'm also using right now as my virtual camera. And there's a host of other platforms out there that you can use for live video. But this live audio, you're going to use your mobile device. Now, as I mentioned, Clubhouse was the one that really got the attention of people who wanted to do social audio. And so I thank them for that. However, I don't know if you've been following with what's been going on with them recently. And I think because a lot of people have, restrictions that we were under for the last 2 years are starting to ease up. So not as many people are using the app. There's still a lot over there, but just not as many. And then a lot of the senior level employees have left because Clubhouse is kind of trying to refocus their efforts and making sure that they're addressing and embracing the community that they do have. So, one of the downsides of an app like Clubhouse, well, it's a plus and it's also a downside, is that it's only social audio. So there's a good thing about that is that they can focus on their social audio, but the bad thing about it is when people get tired or don't have time anymore for social audio, they tend to leave. But in my opinion, LinkedIn is uniquely positioned to thrive in this area of social audio. And the reason I say that is because although I love Twitter and Twitter Spaces, Twitter has a wide range of users, of the demographics of the users. Whereas people, when they come on LinkedIn, even though LinkedIn is they have began creating tools for creators like podcasters, live streamers, and social audio enthusiasts. But they are also now uniquely positioned because they're people aren't going to be talking that much about uh, recipes or um, how to get a date or things like that. It'll be more professional. Not saying there's anything wrong with those conversations, but they may not fit and they don't have a place on LinkedIn to gather a huge audience like they do on Twitter. So I think it's good that Twitter Spaces is there. But then again, the fate of Twitter Spaces is somewhat up in the air as well because of the acquisition that may or may not happen. But also, we've heard in an article recently, I believe it was on Bloomberg, that the resources are being depleted from Twitter Spaces and from their newsletter and from their communities. So, since resources have shifted, this is a perfect time for LinkedIn to expand their offering of the social audio events. So let me just do a little screen sharing here. And when I talked earlier about the creator profile, what you want to do is scroll down onto your profile and make sure you have creator mode turned on here. If you don't, go into your settings and go ahead and turn that on. Okay, so that's going to be really important. And the just to give you a little comparison with the live audio events, the current state, I expect it to progress, but right now the current state is good afternoon, NC worker. Thank you so much for joining. The current state is that they currently don't have recordings. They currently don't have co-hosting like some of the other social audio platforms, but it is something that they're working on. I attended a town hall today that was hosted by someone in the LinkedIn creator community. In fact, I'll do another screen share really quickly because I do want to give a shout out. Today was my first time actually speaking in a LinkedIn audio room. And so let's take a look at this. And this was Robert Hanna. He has been doing, as part of LinkedIn for Creators, he has been hosting these town halls. Now, he does not work for LinkedIn, but he's been, deemed the person that can do these creator town halls. And for me, it was at 2 p.m. Eastern on a Sunday. Now, he's not going to be doing for the next couple weeks, but depending upon when you're watching this, check to see if Robert Hanna, that's Hanna, is still holding these town halls. So go ahead and check and see. And just so you'll see a little bit more, I just want to show you how you can find these events. And what I did was I did a search, and I may even have searched for audio events. And then clicked on events. Okay, and so I could kind of tell from this title, because it's a coffee and career talk, that this might be an audio event. And this is Mary Fain Brandt and Laura Bashore. And you see here the little icon. Let me make sure you can see that. Let me put myself over on the side there. And actually, I will zoom in a little bit to make sure you can see that the microphone there that has the audio event. And like I said, right now they're not being recorded, but that's coming. that's coming. And so we can scroll down. And I think that if you check and you find out that you do have access, you may do something like this. I think this is brilliant. They made sure that they put audio in there because they know that people are searching for these events right now. And so this one is from Simone Tai, and the truth about your potential, the high achievers hour. So you see, these are the types of audio events and social audio that's happening over on LinkedIn, as opposed to, I'll use a quick comparison. If I was to go to Twitter Spaces right now, I would see a lot of Web3, NFTs, and that's great conversation. But I like to stick to something that's a little bit more geared towards live streaming, podcasting, YouTube, and those kinds of things that I like to chime in on. And it's always good to learn. And I would probably listen to some of those others, but it's just all about you, your content, and what you're interested in. And I wanted to make sure that you check your profile to see if you have access. And I do have a screenshot here somewhere also to show you. Hang on one more momento. I do want to show you what it looks like when you have the LinkedIn audio. All right, hang on. I'm going to have to drag this on to my Ecamm Live. I think that's the best way for me to do that. Let me bring Ecamm Live up to the front here so I can drag that on screen. Now I'm just going to put this over top of me just to make it quicker for you to see. And so when you start to create your event, you'll see you have these three choices here: LinkedIn audio event, or live, or an external event. So if you don't have this option here for LinkedIn audio event yet, please, please, please be patient. Give it some time. You're going to get it. I know I want to get it too. So, and as soon as I get it, I will definitely be letting you all know. And then, haven't seen you for a long time. Hey, Eric, it's great to see you as well. And Tasha, she grows. Hey, how are you? How are you? So just let me know. Are you active on LinkedIn? And please go ahead and send me a connection request, and so that we can chat it up over there, because when I get ready to start doing my audio events, I want you to come in. And so right now, like I said, they don't have the co-hosting ability, but that's coming. And so Eric says, yes, active LinkedIn. Yes, as a web developer, I would expect nothing less from you. And, right now, the host can invite the speakers up on, just like on the other social audio platforms. I'm not sure what the limit is, but I think today, and the event that I attended today, I saw as many as 8 or 9 speakers up on stage. And then you can also, once you finish speaking, if you want to, you can go back to being a listener, similar to the way the other platforms work. I have a profile, but I didn't know there was a live stream option. Oh, Tasha, she grows. Yes, make sure you go to my playlist, because I have another video. Right now, there's only 2 items in the playlist. Okay. This one and the other one, where I show you how you can turn on live streaming. And so, of course, depending upon when you're watching this, dear viewer, there's going to be more videos in that playlist. But right now, it's going to be this one, which I'm talking about live audio. And, at this point, I am probably just going to remove Clubhouse app from my phone, or just not go onto it, or put it on one of those screens like at the end of the list. Because, I love the experience. I'm not knocking Clubhouse. I think it's a great app. And I think that the people that are still using it and getting what they want out of it, I'm happy for them. But For me, the kind of content that I like to consume is probably best suited for LinkedIn. Currently dusting off my LinkedIn profile. Your stream is right on time. Keep these LinkedIn streams coming, Queen. Hey, Callie from Chocolate Twist Yoga. Thank you so much, dear. Yes, dust it off because, like I said, this is, and I'm just going to repeat since Tasha and Callie just got here. Make sure you have creator mode turned on. This is something that LinkedIn has just expanded in the last couple of days so that everybody who has creator mode can do the live audio events. Everybody can do the live audio events. So, what I recommend, open up your Canva because we all using Canva now. If you're not using Canva, y'all know how to get Canva, right? Eileen.link/Canva. Hello, Dr. Elo. Did you check and see if you have the audio events option yet, Dr. Elo? Because I know you have creator mode turned on because we talked about that. And Dr. Elo saying hi to Callie and to Eric. And I just love how you all know each other. Many of my customers also come from my LinkedIn live shows. Absolutely. And Eric, I believe you're using Ecamm primarily to go live on LinkedIn. I don't know if you're using anything else in combination with it. For me right now, I'm using StreamYard in combination with Ecamm Live as the virtual camera. And let's see. I'll show you one more screenshot that I took this morning. Oh, this afternoon, actually. And it's very similar to what the other platforms look like. So this is what it looked like when Robert was just speaking, and then he was giving us the lowdown of the agenda for the day and how things were going to go. And then later on, let's see if I sent the other screenshot over here to my computer yet. I don't think I did, but I can do that. I can airdrop it. When I was speaking, it was probably in my downloads folder. How come I can never find my downloads folder really quickly? Because it's not in alphabetical order. That's why. Okay, so this is when I was speaking, or we call it on stage, right? And I'm sorry, I look kind of awkward being behind here, but hey, I just thought it would be easier for me. I love how I can just drag images on top of Ecamm Live, and I have to make sure you guys know that I am using Ecamm Live as well as StreamYard. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so you said you don't have the audio yet. Okay, so here's what I recommend everyone do. Make sure your app is updated. Now, if you didn't get it and your app just updated, like my app just updated 2 days ago and I don't have it yet either. But because I know Monday and Tuesday are days when a lot of apps are updating, I'm going to make sure tomorrow, because today's Sunday, I'm going to make sure that tomorrow I check and see if that app got updated again. And even if it didn't, I'm going to reboot my phone because I'm chomping at the bit waiting for access to it. But in the meantime, you've got friends that may have it. And so get on their stages and, hey, how you doing? The Educated Natural. Great to see you. I love it. I love it. You look so wonderful there. Love your new profile pic. And so, yeah, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. It's getting busy on LinkedIn and YouTube for that matter. Yes. And I'm a full Ecamm fanboy. Eric, I knew that deep down inside. I just didn't know if you were using like multi-streaming. And then eventually Ecamm Live is going to have multi-streaming and we won't have to worry about like using StreamYard or Restream when we want to do our multi-streams. So anyway, I wanted to just make sure I'm like pumped with adrenaline because actually this town hall that I mentioned And I'm going to screen share that again because I think it's important that you know that LinkedIn is really um, anxious to get our feedback. And so this fellow, Robert Hanna, this user, he is in this special group, LinkedIn for Creators. And he's also in a private group that they have with the developers of the social audio tools. And one of the fellas popped in the room. Let's give him a shout out too. No, because I don't know where that piece of paper is where I wrote his name down, but I think it was Christian. Oh, Christian Biza, Byza, is also on that team that's working on the social audio. And they wanted to know, let me tell you the two questions that they wanted our feedback about. This just lets me know. And they have said that they are committed to having the social audio. So unlike, we don't know how much longer, how much more runway Clubhouse has. We don't know if Twitter Spaces is gonna, it'll still be there, but they don't develop on it. Just like Twitter Live, it's there, but good luck on trying to get something. Sorry, I got some glare coming in here. Good luck on trying to get anything fixed if something is broken on Twitter Live, because as any of my friends who've tried to use Twitter Live know, you can't bring comments up on screen if you go live on Twitter. So if you're using StreamYard or you're using Ecamm Live, and guess what? There's nobody to talk to at Twitter about that, because I tried. I tried to track down the person, and believe it or not, y'all, and like I said, I love Twitter, don't get me wrong, but you got to see the handwriting when the handwriting's on the wall. One of the great things that Twitter is doing, and we suggested today, my friend Joseline, I shouldn't say we, Joseline Mane suggested today, this is something that LinkedIn should do. The developers should actually come into the rooms and ask the questions. And those of us who use StreamYard and we use Ecamm Live, we know those developers, they are in touch with us. We can DM them. StreamYard does their town hall every Sunday. We have a Facebook group where we want to reach out to Ken and Glenn from Ecamm. We can talk to them directly. And Twitter was doing the same thing. They were having the developers. So here's the funny part. I was in a Twitter space and I had been complaining about this, Twitter Live, you can't put comments up on screen. There was a fellow, and I don't remember his name, who is in charge of a video. Let that sink in. He's in charge of video at Twitter. He doesn't know who does Twitter Live. So what's that tell you? Ain't nobody minding the store. Nobody's minding the store. It's there, but it's not being developed. It's not being iterated. And as long as it doesn't totally break down, it'll stay there. And Twitter Spaces may end up going the same route. I know how many people were heartbroken when Twitter shut down Periscope. So as much as I love Twitter, I have much more confidence in LinkedIn. I don't know about you. You let me know. You can put it in the comments. You can put it in the chat now. You can leave me a comment. Maybe it's a bot. Oh, you know what? Even though this is off topic, but I'm glad you mentioned that, because if you are interested in knowing if you have fake followers on Twitter, I'm going to share this link. I better put the HTTP in front of this because I want you guys to be able to click on that. You can use this tool. Now, this tool is not going to help you get rid of the fake followers, but it's going to give you a percentage because, it's been said that there was 25% of fake accounts on Twitter. 20, between 20 and 25. The the accounts vary. All right. So I actually have, what I did was I looked at my accounts at work, and well, because you can look at anybody's account, not just your own. All right. This is just a public website. I'm going to give you, I'm going to share it in a second, but I want to give you my disclaimers before you do this. I would not get alarmed about fake followers. Just know that a lot of your followers are fake. And you don't have these tools on some of these other platforms. So it could be the same on LinkedIn. Who knows? I don't know. I don't have a fake followers tool for LinkedIn, but I do have one for Twitter. And it's from our friend Rand Fishkin, and it's called Spark Turo. Spark Turo. And this is a free tool. And I just want to put that out there, especially for those of you who have been here watching this live stream. We're 26 minutes in now. And so there's nothing else. Just do it for entertainment value. And it's going to give you some other insights about your account as well. And so now back on topic. This is the beauty of live video and live audio. You know, those people that you're engaging with on live are not fake. Now, they could be faking and talk whatever they're saying. They could be, but you know they're real people. The technology hasn't got there yet where they could send in a robot and, have conversation with you that way. So that's why we love live. We know all of our live people are people. Okay. So have some fun with Spark Turo. And like I said, I did it with my work account. And then there's two Twitter accounts at work, the one I run and the main one. And so when I saw the number for the one that I run, I was like, ooh. And then I saw the number for the main one. I was laughing. I was like, I'm doing better than that. So I said, I just keep that one to myself. I mean, I telling y'all, but I just keep it to myself. I don't want nobody to feel bad. Because I don't want you to feel bad either if you see that you have fake followers on Twitter. It's a known fact. There's bots on Twitter, and some of the bots are good bots because there may be bots that are just collecting news, and that there's no person behind them. They're just putting out news items. They've been set up to follow maybe a hashtag or some type of an event or something like that. And that's all they do. They just tweet, and that's fine. If you realize when you tweet and try to engage with that bot, it's not going to answer you back because it's a bot. And a lot of times they even tell you in the bio that, not a person, I'm just a bot. So there you go. There you have it. And I look forward to speaking with you all on LinkedIn audio. I'm still going to be using Twitter Spaces. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I doubt if I'm going to be using Clubhouse. And I've got over 1,000, I think it's 1,300 followers over there. And if someone that I knew said, like if Dr. Elo said, I'm going to do a Clubhouse and I want you to be on the panel, we're doing this important thing, I mean, I would go on there, but for me to like set up a room and all that, I'm going to be refreshing my phone and seeing when I can set it up in LinkedIn. And so I will ask you all to join me. Thank you, NC Worker. Thank you so much. Why don't you connect your live streams with LinkedIn? I do. Why I didn't connect this particular live stream with LinkedIn? Because I'm going to repurpose part of it over there. I'm going to edit it down and polish it up. And I'm going to be a little bit more strategic. Okay, Eric, thank you very much for, for your concern and for your care. I appreciate you. I love that you care about that. And also, another reason why I didn't do it on LinkedIn, because I want to wait until I get it. I want to wait until I get the live audio. I feel like a lot of FOMO right now. I feel a lot of FOMO because I don't have it. But I don't have total FOMO because I actually spoke today for the very first time. So let the record show June the 12th, 2022, my first time speaking in a LinkedIn, and it was the town hall hosted by Robert Hanna. And with that, my friends, if you want to friend me over there on LinkedIn, just look for me. Just look for ILEANE. I'll say it one more time because I know I said that fast. ILEANE. That's how you spell it. And I got a one word handle over there on LinkedIn, same way I do on Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest. So connect with me over there, send me a connection request. You can follow me if you want, but send me a connection request. And like I said, I will be building out this playlist. So go ahead and let's see if I can get that banner up one more time before I leave. ILEANE.link/LinkedIn tips /LinkedIn tips. All right. And with that, as always, I start my broadcast and I say, hello, beautiful people, because it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman or non binary. I know that you have a beautiful message inside of you that needs to come out. And you may not know how to use the tech. You may be a little confused about the gear. You may not have the confidence to get on camera. And my goal is to help you to conquer that tech and understand what buttons to push so that you can feel confident, because your beautiful message needs to be heard, because you never know. You may change someone's life. I guarantee it. So, with that, I start by saying, hello, beautiful people. And I end by saying, stay beautiful.